Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to take a look at a very special build which is designed for farming resource nodes or treasure chests. So it's not optimized for combat, but rather for gathering materials and so on. Now, why is this important? As you know, like I recently uploaded a video where you can see farming in Kraglorn, and within 1 hour I made about 94k gold. Now sure, those are materials, we can refine them and so on, get gold tempers, etc., and then sell them. So it's not instant money, but you can sell all those kind of things for a average market price, and then you should have money quite fast. Now, how does the build work? How do I move so fast? So when we look at it, when I'm sprinting, this is the speed. And when I'm cloaked, this is the speed. So there's basically zero difference between sprinting and cloaking. That's what's so nice about this build. Stats really don't matter because you want to avoid as much fights as possible because it just costs you time. Now you can run the Levermundu stone or simply, like if you still want a little bit of damage. Otherwise, I can also recommend, where are you? The steed. Because the steed even further increases your speed by 7% depending on how much divine pieces you have. Now keep in mind there's a speed cap, so at some point you can't go higher. So yeah, the steed, if you never really want to fight, you don't need a lot of damage, and just run this. Buff food wise, Jewels of Misrule, so we get some health and stamina magic recovery. Why do we need so much magic recovery? Simply so we can more or less permanently cloak. That way we do not need any stamina to actually sprint. Mobs will not attack us, etc. Very simple. Race. So Khajiit and Wood Elves, more or less the best choices, because reduces your detection radius in stealth by 3 meters. So you can get closer to a resource node and the enemy will not notice you. That's very helpful actually. Other than that, an orc or basically any other race also works. Orcs get a little bit more speed, but like I said, we are more or less at the speed cap already, so you're not gonna get faster even if you have an orc. The Wood Elf or a Khajiit is the best choice. Do you need to be a vampire or not because of the Dark Stalker passive? So ignores the movement speed penalty while in crouch. Now, like I said, we are cloaking, so you don't necessarily need to be a vampire. It's only really when you want to cloak. But as we are at the speed cap anyway, we cannot get faster. Just saying. Once again, please make sure to subscribe. More videos in the future. Jailbreaker, 10% increased movement speed, so that's really nice, permanently. And Fjords reduces the cost and increases the movement speed bonus of sprint. So while we are sprinting, we get a little bit more speed, and you see we barely lose stamina. It's so easy to not lose stamina here. And even if you keep losing and you're dropping low, you cloak, and your stam recovery will kick in, and you will be at max stam pretty fast again. Magic recovery, weapon damage. Now I run 3 swift. You can also just run 2 swift. It should be enough already. 4 armor pieces. I just run divine. A lot of people like well fitted to reduce the cost of sprint, but like I said, we barely use up any stamina anymore even when we sprint, so I don't see the benefits of well fitted. Weapon wise, it really doesn't matter what you run here as long as it's a Fjord weapon. So you get, in the end you need to have Jailbreaker 5-piece bonus and Fjords 5-piece bonus. How you allocate that really doesn't matter. Valley Dref if you want to deal some like more damage, if you actually want to kill stuff. Otherwise you can just run 2 single stamina or magic recovery bonus to increase sustain even more. Now, once again, I have a written guide on my website, link in the description below, and I also have a guide how we actually can farm stuff, so I just quickly showcase. Like I previously said, I was doing that on stream on Twitch. In 1 hour we made like 94k in Kraglorn. Yeah, 94k, so almost 100k. And we had pretty bad luck with gold tempers actually. Champion points, there's 2 very important things. So if you don't have a lot of champion points, make sure to invest as much as possible in here, because you want plentiful harvest, 10% chance to gain double the yield from normal resource nodes. So you can get twice the amount if you're lucky, and Master Gatherer, reducing your gathering time by 50%. Like you probably have seen in the video clip before there, you pick up materials so fast, resource nodes, with this thingy. Then next thing, treasure hunter. If you can get that, nice. If you're farming chests, or if you're mostly farming chests, then this is your most important ones. So treasure hunter, take a look at treasure hunter, master gatherer, plentiful harvest. But prioritize those two if you just farm resource nodes. Other than that, it's all on my website. I also have a 300 CP setup, and so on. Now, why did I pick a Nightblade? So pretty much it doesn't matter what you run. You can run a staff, you can run a bow on front bar, it doesn't matter. Like I said, you just need to make sure to have 2 5-piece bonus from Jailbreaker and Fjords. Now the next thing, there's a few very important skills. Now with this setup you never need to swap bar. Speed buff from Alliance War. Gives you speed buff, really nice, especially when we are cloaking. So you can see really fast. Shadow Disguise, with this, obviously that's a Nightblade ability. With this you can simply just cloak through enemies and they will not attack you. That's very nice. And when you approach an enemy and you harvest something close to it, you actually can harvest it faster before they get triggered. So that's another cool thing about it. Other than that, rally, wrecking blow, or whatever you want to put there. Now, concealed weapon is another very important skill. While slotted, your movement speed while sneaking or invisible is increased by 25%. That's another reason why we are basically sprinting in cloak, because we have concealed weapon slot. You cannot run surprise attack on this stem tomb. You need concealed weapon, so you keep this juicy speed. Very important. So once again, Shadowy Disguise, retreating maneuver, and concealed weapon. I slotted barrier here to get 10% more magical recovery. I have all the passives listed on my website that you need. Endless Hail if you want to do damage, Relentless Focus, Poisoning Injection, Vigor for a heal, and Soul Tether to stun enemies if you want. That's more or less it about this setup. I will put the written guide into the description. I will also put the farming run into the description so you can check it out if you want. I basically calculated the money we made with the average master merchant prices on stream and so on, and it resulted in 94k. Sure, it can be a little bit less or a little bit more, but you should get the idea. So this is a very easy, like a very good build. And you don't need to gold out your weapon or whatsoever. All the gear can be blue if you want. The 5-piece bonus is not going to change. So you don't need to gold out stuff. It would just be nice to get purple rings, so you get 9% Swift. Now, if you cannot transmute stuff yet, what you also can do is just put 2 Fjords pieces here, for example, shoulder and head, and then 2 random jewelry with 2 Swift bonus. That also works, because you don't necessarily need Valley Ref. That's what I actually did on live server. So I crafted like 2 Shackle Breaker Swift jewelry, or like somebody else crafted it for me. And then I just put 2 Fjords here. So I still have both 5-piece bonus from Jailbreaker and Fjords active, and then 2 crafted Swift. So yeah, that's all I did. Don't want to make the video longer. I know there is other viable gear like Covered Gear, Dark Stride if you prefer, but I really like this setup. First off, you have endless sustain more or less. You can use cheap ass crown potions. You will never run out of magicka. You can permanently cloak and so on, and it's very fast. I hope I did not forget anything, otherwise just check out my website. Thanks for watching. Please make sure to not forget to subscribe and hit that juicy like button. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Cheers.